So let me know when you hit recording, and then I'm going to say those statistics again. Recording. Okay. All right, guys. So 83% of we already said this, so I'm just going to go over it real quickly for the recording. 83% of the population does not have goals at all. 14% have a plan in mind, but do not write them down. 3%, only 3% write their goals down, you guys. Like, this is insane. So, okay. What I want you guys to know is that it's okay. Like, it's okay. Like, if you haven't achieved whatever it is that you wanted to achieve this far. So today, January 1st, 2021, that was weird. That's the first time I said that. January 1st, 2021. It doesn't matter what happened before that. All right. I already said it before. We are already leaving 2020 behind. It's all, whether it was good, bad, ugly, any of it and all of it, we're leaving it over there. The only thing that we're taking with us is the lessons, right? The lessons and the blessings. That's what we're taking forward. So, it does not matter. So I want you guys to take a second and I want you to write down write down 3 things that you are going to, she's got my It Works conference thing. Here we go. So we are going to write down 3 things that you are going to leave behind, that you are releasing, okay? That could potentially hinder you from achieving what goals you're going to set for yourself moving forward. So this could be something like, what? Say hi. There you go. Okay. So these could be something like, maybe it's like a negative mindset. Maybe it's some sort of guilt that you have over yourself for not achieving something else. Maybe it is some sort of thought process. Maybe it's a bad habit that you no longer want, right? Maybe it's a person. I mean, hey, you never know. Like, maybe it's a person that you need to release. I don't know what's going on. But, just 3 things that you're like, you know what? I'm done with this. I am done with this. And I am no longer allowing to have this come into 2021 with me at all. Okay? Period. Okay? So 3 things. Just 3 things. And these don't have to be perfect, you guys, just because you write them down right now and you actually think you might want to release something else or add another something later, you can totally do that. So there's a couple things you guys got to think about when we're talking about goals and setting a vision for yourself about where you want to go. Is the first thing, you guys, like, yes, we have goals and all this stuff, right? So what's important though is why. Why do you want those things? Okay. And so some of us, when we sit down at a thing like this, a Zoom or a meeting, or you're just like sitting down to write something down by yourself, it can be hard to think, right? It can be like, oh shoot, what do I want? What are my goals? I don't even know, right? You're like, oh my God, I don't even know. Like, all of a sudden, like, it's just like, oh, okay, like, what do I want? Okay. So for some of you, when you're thinking about your goals, some of you might be really excited about what you want to do, right? What you want to do, what you want to have. But maybe some of you, it's a little bit easier to warm up your thinking motor of your goals when you think about the things that you no longer want anymore. Things within your situation at home, things with your situation, maybe with your career, things with maybe with your relationships, things with your anything of where, you know what, I'm sick of this, I don't want it anymore. And so maybe writing those things down will kind of help you generate the things that you truly, really do want, right? So when we set these goals, it's very important to have that emotion attached to it. So we're going to talk about both of those at the same time, sort of like intertwined with each other, because you guys, if you're just throwing out goals like whatever, and they don't really mean anything to you, you don't really have some sort of emotional attachment to them, there's nothing there making it stick, then you're not going to follow through with the actions that it's going to take you to get there. Okay. Because I mean, who here thinks that the journey to success is literally just like a little straight line and I just walk forward and boop, all of a sudden I'm successful? No. Like, how many times have you ever been like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to do this, and just like the whole freaking day goes wrong, right? Maybe you plan a party for your kids and you're like, seriously, like one thing after another keeps happening when you're trying to plan an event, right? And you're like, literally, like a baby shower, a wedding, anything, and you're like, oh my gosh, like things just don't go as planned, okay? Things come up, things happen because of the weather, things happen because of emotion, things happen because of life, things happen because of other people, things happen, okay? So when those things happen, because they will, you have to have that emotional attachment, that why to whatever it is that goal is. Otherwise you won't make it to it. You will not make it to that goal if you don't have a strong enough reason why you want that goal. And it can't just be like, for instance, a lot of us start with something and we're like, we want to start this business, for instance, because we want an extra income. Okay, well, you're not going to wake up every day to work this business because you want an extra income, and that's it. I want an extra income. Okay, but why do you want the extra income? How much do you want? What is it going to do for you? What is it going to do for somebody else? What is it going to be able to allow you to help somebody else do, right? So what I want you to do is write down 3 things that you want to do, 3 things that are the most important goals that you want to achieve within this year, 2020. Okay, they can be anything. They can be personal, they can be business, they can be the reason why you joined. It's whatever. 3 goals that you wanted to achieve this year. Okay. Now, pick, you might not have all 3 down, and that's fine, but pick one, or the one that you have. Okay, one goal. And I want you to think about this one. Okay, maybe it's the most important one to you. It doesn't matter. But why, if you, or I'm sorry, not if, when you achieve this goal right here, this one that you're thinking about, this one that you wrote down, the one that you're looking at right now, when you achieve this year, okay, we're not talking about what time of the year, anything, but when you achieve this year, how is that going to help you personally? Like on a day-to-day basis, how is that going to help you? Okay. So how is achieving this goal, like when it happens, how are you feel when it happens? Like, are you going to be really, really happy and excited? Are you going to be so freaking relieved? Is it going to relieve anxiety from you every day? Is it going to help you? Like, how is it going to impact you and how you treat others? What your daily mood is? How, is it going to affect the time that you have? Are you going to have more time to do other things? Are you going to have, how is it going to affect your relationship with anyone? I don't know how that is for you. And then if looking at all 3 of your goals, so you can kind of do this a little bit with all 3 of those goals, and you don't have to stop at 3. You can do more than that. But, and then also, how is the goals that you want, how are they going to impact other people? Okay. Most of us are doing this business and going after the things that we want in life, not just for us, right? Most of us have family of some sort. Either we have a spouse or some sort of significant other, or we have kids, or we're trying to bring in kids, or your parents, or a different family member, or something of that sort, because, you know, everybody's situation is different, but you have something and what you want and what you're going for, a big reason of why you're doing it is because of those people, right? So write that down, write who that is going to impact and who you are doing all of this for. Okay. My kids, my spouse, my mom, my family, my cousin, my aunt, my grandma, whoever you're doing this for. Okay. And I want you to also write down how it's going to help them. How is this going to help them? What is it going to do for them? Is it going to bring them hope? Is it going to relieve stress from them? Is it going to give them more an abundant life? Is it going to give them a better version of you? While you guys are writing that down and thinking about it, I'm going to share a little bit about, I don't know if any of you guys know who Eric Thomas is. He is like one of the top motivational speakers in the whole entire world. And he's freaking awesome. He's from Michigan. And one of the things that he was doing a speech talking to some like basketball players or something like that. And he was talking about how like some people, like they go to school, like say they're going to school and college and they're playing ball or whatever. And they're trying to get into the, into the NBA or something like that. They're trying to get to be a professional ball player. And he was like, some of them get to that point of where they're like playing ball in college or they're playing ball professionally, and then they kind of let up. Like they fought so hard through like playing ball in high school and playing ball through college to get there, or maybe they're still in college trying to get into to be a professional, and then they let up. They like get sidetracked. They think they've made it, like they got accepted to play, or they got accepted on a professional team in the I don't know what the hell it's called. I'm going to say NBA. Anyways, they were like playing, right? And so that they think that they've arrived. They think that they've made it. And so they start slacking. They don't give it 120% anymore. They give it 70% or whatever. And they're forgetting that they worked so hard all through school and all through everything, trying to get to that point to make sure that they took care of their mom or their family or this and their that. And then they get there and then they're like, what? And he said to him, he was like, to the kids that were like, off partying and instead of studying to make sure that they were getting good grades and still practicing and doing what they needed to do because they felt like they had made it. He was like, I want you to, next time that you're out partying, call your mom up who you're doing this for and tell her, hey mom, this is for you, and show her the camera where you're at and you're out partying and goofing off and not doing what you're supposed to be doing, right? Like they wouldn't do that, right? Like they wouldn't do that. They would be like, oh my God, no, like I don't, like I gotta get back focused because I'm doing this for my mom, like, you know what I mean? Like, so I just wanted to share that little bit of a story that he had said on one of his videos that I always remember, you guys. And so this needs to be so important and so engraved and so in the front of your mind every single day, you guys, and being very specific. So back to your goals, the 3 goals that you set, okay? When you set those goals, I want you to be as specific as possible. And even when we get off of this Zoom, some of you might even be able to break them down even farther than you have them broken down now. Now that you even think that you've broken them down, you might even be able to break them down even more and get very, very specific. So for me, like my next goal rank in the company, right, is I'm going for triple diamond. Okay. Well, I don't just think like, oh, triple diamond, I'm going triple diamond, I'm going triple. No, I'm breaking down who do I need to become diamond? Who do I need to help promote? How many people do I need to bring into the business? How many things do I need? What do I need to be doing every single day that's going to make me triple diamond by this date? My goal is this date. Okay, that's my big goal, but it broken down month by month, week by week, day by day, your daily habits. So you guys got to break it all the way down to what daily habits that you're going to need to do in order to achieve this goal. And if this is professional wise or even health wise, and you guys are like, you know what, I have this goal, but I'm not even really sure what I should be doing every single day to make that happen, get with the person who enrolled you into this business. Okay. If it's business wise, this is what I'm going to talk about right now. Business wise, get with the person who enrolled you with this business and be like, listen, this is my goal. Maybe if you're brand new and you're like, I don't even know what rank would be making what kind of money, write down what that income goal is for you and what that income means for you, right? Why you want that income, what it's going to mean for you, what it's going to mean for your family. Put all the emotions to it. Okay. All of the emotions to it, attach it to it, all of them, and know exactly how you're going to feel when that happens. Okay. Then go to your enroller and be like, listen, what do I need to do every single day to make this happen? What are the things that I need to do? What is this going to take? And they will help you break this down very specifically. Okay. To know what you need to do, because it has to be clear. It has to be clear. One thing that you do need to do, like obviously it has to be clear, and it has to be set, right? But one thing that you need to be is flexible on the how. Okay. Because the how is that's what's the straight line. That's what people think is the straight line. The how part is what people think is like, oh, boop, and now I'm here. No. Okay. Your how goes up and down and twists and turns and goes backwards and upside down and throws you out the car and everything. Okay. That's what's. So you have to be flexible on the how, and you have to be willing to reevaluate and pivot. Okay. Because like I said, those obstacles, those things, everything's going to just be like, it might go all 2020 up in, your plan for like 3 days in a row, but you have to be willing to pivot. 2020 is literally going to be a verb, you guys. I'm going to go all 2020 on you. But like, you know what I mean? Like you have to be willing to pivot. You have to be willing to be flexible on the how, and you have to be willing to regroup. But the fact of the matter is that the reason and the why of what you want is so strong that it doesn't matter the how. Okay. You just got to decide that this is my goal. This is what I want. This is why I want it. And that's going to be strong enough that any part of the how is not going to trip you up. Any part of the how is not going to make you stall out. Any part of the how is not going to make you turn around and give up. Okay. It's got to be that strong. We always say like, oh, your why's got to make you cry. And it sounds preschoolish, but y'all, it is true. It is true. Okay. So getting clear, reviewing them, being specific, being flexible and stuff like that. And remembering that, shoot, I don't even remember what I was going to say about remembering shit. But basically, okay. So what I want to tell you guys about setting a vision for yourself. Okay. There's a couple things that I want to talk about here. So going back to what I said in the beginning of the Zoom of how many people have said, when I believe it, I will see it. Right. I don't know what everybody's religion's on here. If you believe in God, you believe in the universe, you believe in, I have no idea what. Okay. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, there has to be a vision, has to be a goal, has to be a vision. Okay. There in the Bible, it says like, oh, where there is no vision, people perish. Right. Have we all heard that? Where there's no vision, the people perish. Right. You literally will go nowhere because time will go by no matter what. Okay. It will go by no matter what, but you can decide on where it goes. Okay. You can tell your time where to go. That's a whole nother also Zoom or whatever. But, basically you guys, here's another story. So they did like I'm going to like do a really quick recap of this thing. And it's like, it tells someone, there are 3 groups. I don't remember how many groups or whatever, you guys, the details really aren't important other than the fact that there's 3 groups of basketball players. Okay. And they took one group aside and they were like, I want you to do absolutely nothing, do nothing for 2 weeks. I don't even know if the number is right, but we'll say 2 weeks. So do absolutely nothing for 2 weeks. They were basketball players. They already know how to play basketball. They're good at it, whatever, but do nothing for 2 weeks. Okay. Then, we have this group over here and we want you to practice physically in the gym, practicing your free throw shot over and over and over. I want you to keep practicing it. How many free throws you can get, right? And then the third group, they wanted to just visualize for 2 weeks. Visualize making the free throw shot. Just visualize making the shot. Boom, boom, boom. Not actually physically doing it, only visualizing it in their mind, okay? at the end of the 2 weeks, what group made the most free throws, do you think? I mean, I'm pretty sure you can probably guess it just because of the examples that I said. It was the group that made, or that visualized it. Not the group that did nothing. We already knew that they wasn't going to get it. Not the group that practiced it the most. It was the group that visualized it the most. Okay? So even though we say, oh, I believe it when I see it, here's the deal. You gotta believe it already. Okay. Mark 11:24 says, therefore I say to you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. You have to believe it first. Okay. Like, like I said, I don't care what religion y'all are in, or even if you're into that, I don't care, but it still means the same thing, whether you do believe, whether you have faith or you don't, but you need to know that it was your goals and what you want and what you desire are placed within you because you can do it, because it is yours already. It already belongs to you. It's already here and in here. It already belongs to you. It's already possible. Okay. You just have to take the steps. You just have to do the how in order to get there. Okay. And that's it. It's already done. Like, so if any of you have any sort of, problems, or what scripture was that again? Mark 11:24. Mark 11:24. And, so if any of you guys have ever had an issue with feeling worthy about something, I mean, that's me. Drop a 1 if you've ever had a struggle with feeling that you are worthy to have something, whether that's things, whether that's more money, whether that's good relationships, a good life, whatever. Like, have you ever struggled with that? Right? Most of us have, probably all of us. And shut the door, please. And so, what? Yes, baby, that's yours. You want it? Okay, hold on, you guys, 1 second. Oh, my knees, my old lady knees. There you go. Okay, so shut my door, please, all the way. Thank you. So he just wanted a blanket, you guys. I'm sorry. So, anyways, so what was I saying? We're feeling worthy. So most of us have, right? We've struggled with feeling worthy, but I want to transfer that into you guys, that if your belief is already there, that desire is already there, and it's good. Like, you don't have like a desire to go like chop somebody's head off. Like, you have a desire to go like change your life, change the world, right? That's good. And so that's already yours. Already yours, already belongs to you, already deserving and worthy of it. And all you have to do is take the actions and get out there and go get it. Okay. You got to go out there and get it. Nobody's going to bring it to you. You have to go get it. Okay. And so that means that you have to see yourself there. And sometimes that's so hard. It's hard to see yourself achieving this because you have been this your whole life. So how can I have like an account that's never in the negative because I'm used to being almost in the negative or in the negative every month? Or how do I have like a savings account that has a comment in it when I've never had a savings account? Like, that doesn't make sense. And so sometimes it's hard to start envisioning those things about yourself, for your life. But I promise you, here's me again telling you that you have desired it. It is yours. It belongs to you. Okay. Like I said in the very beginning, even before this recording started, it does not matter. You do not need a new year to start or turn a page and to start something new, to set a goal, to move forward. All you need is a new moment. And guess what? You have them every second. You have a new moment every second. So that's how many chances that you get to move forward and start again. Okay. And I want you guys to write down, imposter syndrome. Okay. And you might want to go look up, if you struggle with unworthiness, or if you struggle with anything of the sort, or just like believing in yourself or things like that, I highly encourage you guys to do more research on imposter syndrome. And I plan on talking about it more in the team page and stuff like that, to share some different things with you, because that's a big thing. Okay. I didn't even really know what that was. I thought it was like, okay, that sounds dumb. Like, all right, cool. Another thing that I have to like know more about or whatever. But it's a real thing, you guys. Knowing your, can you spell that? Crystal, can you type that in the chat, imposter syndrome, or somebody? imposter syndrome. And if you guys have not read the book, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. This is an amazing book for you guys to either buy, or you can listen to the audio, or there's like people who read it on YouTube that you can listen to the book on YouTube, and it is so good, and it helps with your money mindset, you guys. This is a big deal with you moving forward and setting goals financially, because even though most of us have no idea, but we do have some sort of money mindset that we have to recalibrate in order to move forward and truly get to where we want to go. Because I discovered something this past year that I didn't realize was holding me back for years now, that had to do with money, right? A lot of us have like some sort of like money type of money mindset, right? Of how that comes from either our past experiences or like from our childhood and how we were raised around money. Like, for instance, mine was like, you better hurry up. You can't have a bunch of money. Okay. Drop a 1 if you can relate to this. Okay. This might be you. That I was like, I can't have a bunch of money. Like, if I get money, then, because I was raised this way, like whenever we had money, then we like hurried up and spent it. My parents hurried up and blew it, like just on dumb stuff, or like hurried up and like got all the things that we needed to get done that needed to be done for a very long time. And we hurry up and spend, we have like $50 left. Bet, let's go through the drive-through. Like, let's go through the drive-through and celebrate, right? You get $5. You're like, heck yes, I'm going to get me a pop and a blah, blah, blah I'm going to get me a 4 for $4 from Wendy's, because you have $4 that you didn't have before. Right. And you were like, grandma gambled. Yeah. So like, we always like, whenever there was any sort of money, I was like, I have to hurry up and get rid of it. I was never taught how to save money. I was never any of that. And this is not me like ragging on my parents, you guys. They did the best they could. They were awesome. But like, I'm just saying, like, the habits of things that came over, I had to retrain. And so I'm like, nobody in my family tree has ever made any more than X amount of dollars. Okay. So once I hit that point, I stopped growing. You guys, I stopped growing my income at that, because in the back of my mind, and I didn't even realize it, I was like, well, I can't do that. Like, I can't do that, because that would be more than I would need to get by. That would be more than I would need. So like, what do we do with that? Right? We can't have so much coming in, because then we got to get rid of it. Right? Because what if it doesn't come back? Right? And money is an energy. It will keep flowing to you. That's a whole nother Zoom too. But anyways, I wanted to say something about that to let you guys know, like, money is not bad. Okay. So if some of you guys have come in and you're like, money is the root of all evil, or only the rich keep getting richer, the poor keep getting poorer, or money, or people who have money are greedy, it's not true. It is not true. Okay. The more good people like you, because you're a good person, the more good people in the world that have money, the more good that can be spread around, right? Think of how much more giving everyone could be if more good people had money, right? How much more you could give, right? So that's what is meant to happen. Like, you are meant to have more, so that way you can have more for you can have more for your family, but also so you can go and help other people have more. So money is not bad. Anyways. Okay. Sorry, I kind of like went down a money little hole there and lost track of what I was saying. So let me gather my thoughts on what I was saying. Okay. So how many have you guys all written down? At least 3 goals, at least 3. And you've written down why you want them, how it's going to impact you, the emotion that you're going to feel for that, right? The person that means the most. Okay. So I want you to have at least 3 people that your goals are going to impact. Okay. 3 people that your goals are going to impact, whether, not including yourself. We already know it's going to impact you. So, again, kids, spouse, a family member, and then somebody else. Okay. Now this is the part where some people are like, oh, this like, some people Some people will start to write their goals. Then they'll figure out why that they want these goals, right? This is why gyms fill up, usually not in this weird kind of year, but gyms fill up on New Year's Day, right? After the new year in January, the gyms pop in. Then like February, a little bit less people. Then March, a little bit less people. Then by like April and May, the gym's like the normal norm again, right? Because everybody done gave up on their goals. You don't want that to be you. You don't want to get a couple months into your goals and then you're not doing the how anymore. Okay. So what's really important is for, like I said, they have to be in the forefront of your mind. So what I want you guys to do, to know and to do, is to write these down everywhere. Okay. If you don't have a vision board, if you don't have a dream board and stuff like that, that's okay. You can still go and do those things. But I want you guys to take the most important goal for you, the one that is going to be the most impactful for you this year. Maybe it's your goal that you're really wanting to achieve in the next 90 days because of these promotions or whatever. The next 60 days, honestly, because of these promotions. And I want you to put them on little note cards. If you don't have note cards, get a notebook and write it on a piece of paper and tear it off and write several of them all over and start taping them everywhere. Okay. I want you to put them by your toilet paper roll, because you for sure going to see that every day, right by your toilet paper roll. Put them on the dash of your car. Put them on the mirror in your bathroom. Yeah, right on the mirror, like Crystal just said. Write them on the mirror in your bathroom. Put them in front of your closet. Put it on your dresser, on your underwear drawer. You're going to get a clean pair of those every day. Go ahead and put your goals right there by your underwear drawer, okay? Put them on your refrigerator, on the pantry, on the door to go outside. I'm talking like, y'all, goals and stuff are written so many places in my house. All of those places that I mentioned, other than my underwear drawer, because my underwear drawer, oh, that was weird. Anyway, so right here, I don't have my goal written right there. I just thought of that one because we were right by it. But they're everywhere. They're on my mirror. They're on my vision board right here. They're in my bathroom, 3 different places just in my bathroom. They're on like 6 different places in my kitchen. They're in my car. They're everywhere. Okay. Everywhere. And the more that you see it, the more likely you're going to focus on it. The more likely that you're going to be reverted back to focusing on them. In my bathroom, I have your focus forms your future, because I want to remember that. I want to remember that my focus forms my future. Maybe you need to have some other things written that are going to help motivate you. Okay. Like I struggled with worthiness for a long time. So I have a big piece of paper on my dream board right here. I'm reading it. It says, no one gets to tell you, or no one gets to decide, or no one gets to make you feel unworthy. You are important and your feelings do matter. Love yourself. Something. I don't remember it. I can't see it because my thingy is in the way. But, something that I have written in my kitchen is like, I'm not willing to tell my kids that I didn't work hard enough. I'm not willing to tell them that I can't work my business because you were in the way. That was a big one for me, right? We all have kids and we all know how easy it is to use them as an excuse when they're the very reason why we get up in the morning and go to that job that we do not like, but we know that we got to do it because it puts food on the table and in their bellies, right? So we get up every day and do that. No problem, even though we hate it. You working this business and doing the things that you need to do that are going to take you to those goals, okay, they are going to be sorry, I got distracted. They are going to be the very they are the reason why you got started is really cannot be your excuse. The reason that is pushing you to do the things, the why, right? The people that you're doing this for cannot be the reason why you can't do the action things that are going to take you through the how to get to your goal, right? And so maybe you need to write down those reminders for yourself of like, I can't say that I can't ever get on a Zoom or a training because it's right at my kid's bedtime. If it's right at your kid's bedtime, get in a habit of catching the recording. I'm not saying you got to change up your routine and whatever, your kids' bedtime aren't important, they got to wait. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that maybe you need to make a commitment to catch the recording of the Zoom so that you were able to still plug in. Or you don't have enough time in the day. So now you need to make sure that you just start to get up 10 minutes earlier, or now you start to make sure that you stay up 10 minutes later, right? Or whatever the case may be. You can Don't allow yourself. So that's what I put that specific note card in the kitchen. So, cause that's where I work a lot, is in my dining room. And I said, I'm not willing to tell my kids that I wasn't willing to work hard enough and that they were in the way. I will not. If you won't say it to them, then don't use it as an excuse. Okay. And so some of you guys need to get prepared in that sort of way for your goals, because there's a lot of different aspects that you can look at when being prepared and doing your goal setting. Do what it takes, you guys. Just because you haven't heard of somebody else writing it a certain way or using these things to help push them, or use what it doesn't, you use what works for you. Okay. And another thing I want to make really clear, okay, when you are writing your goals out, and I should have said this when I had you start writing them out, but what I want you to do using sticky notes, yes, Angelica, is write your goals out in the present tense. Okay. Do not write I want or I will. You write it as in I am. Okay. And that's a biblical thing too, as well. But like, I am triple diamond. I am earning a full-time income. I am making, $1,500 a month. I am growing my savings account. I am getting up early. I am losing weight. I am growing my hair out. No, I'm just playing, but seriously, like, I am whatever those goals are. Okay. Write them in the present tense because it is powerful. Okay. So that's how you should be writing your goals. If you have not written your goals out like that, then you need to change it and write it out in the I am tense. Okay. And then also, I want you guys back to visualizing. Okay. So back to the scenario that I told you guys about the 3 groups of basketball players who made the most free throw shots, right? Not all of those who practice, it's those who visualized it. Okay. You have to believe it, and then it will happen. Okay. No, like I said this to Angelica the other day when we were on the Zoom. I thought of it on the fly, and I was like, you know what? I'm like, you have to believe it first. And I used this example when we were in conversation. I said, people get a job at McDonald's and they believe that they're going to get paid in a week or two, right? They go to work, they get up and they clock in every day for 8, 6, 4 hours, whatever it is. And they believe that they're going to get their paycheck at the end of the pay period, right? They don't show up to McDonald's and say, I'll show up for work when I see that paycheck. Huh? It does not work that way. You go to work because you believe you're going to get paid so many dollars an hour or whatever, and then you get your paycheck, right? It does not work any other way than that. You have to believe it, and then it will come. So I was like, dang, that was not bad of an analogy right there, Kenzie. Pat myself on the back. But seriously, like, you have to believe it, okay? And then again, that's why we have, like, okay, plan all your I am goals all over your house so you see them. Okay. So you're constantly reminded about where you're going. You're constantly getting reevaluated back to where you want to go. Ooh, I need to talk about this. I gotta write myself a note. Okay. So you're constantly being reevaluated back to where you want to go, or redirected back to where you want to go. And visualizing it is so important. So I did this exercise several times with people on different Zooms and stuff like that about visualizing it where they want to be. Like journaling your goals out, writing them out every single day, physically, not just writing them down tonight and then leaving them in the notebook and closing up your notebook and then going on about your day and about your business for the rest of the year. Don't do that. Don't do that. Put them up everywhere, like I said. Keep that notebook open. Then keep continuing on writing your goals every single day. Write them out. Maybe you have a journal. Maybe you just have a piece of paper. I don't care if you write them on the back of a bill, back of a water bill, back of a consumer's energy electric bill, whatever it is. Write them down. I am blah, blah, blah. Fill in the blank. I am. And you're writing it down. And it's something about your physical hand moving and writing down your goals brings so much power to it. You can believe me or not. But I'm not the only one saying this, okay? Successful people are saying this, and success leaves clues. I'm going to follow the people who are doing the things and are successful, okay? So writing them down, and then you guys like visualizing it happening. I know it sounds so crazy, but even something is while you're driving into work, the next time you're on your way to work, or the next time you're on your way to the store, or the next time you're taking a shower, I want you guys to close your eyes and literally visualize you and your goal achieved. Okay, your goal is there, you did it. Okay, what I want you to do right now, really quickly, this is going to be a little bit sloppy, but really quickly. So pick that most important goal that you have set. One out of the 3 goals. Okay, got it? Got the goal. Okay. Now I want you to close your eyes. Now I want you to picture exactly what that goal is. Okay. I want you to picture what it looked like when you wrote it down on that piece of paper. You're like, whoo, like, okay, I wrote it down. I am blah, blah, blah. And I want you to say it in your mind right now. I am whatever it is. Say it again. I am whatever it is. Okay. Now I want still keep your eyes closed, and I want you to think about, where are you going to be when this goal is achieved? Like, think of the scenario about what it's going to look like when you see that. So if it's a rank, maybe it's like you logging in and seeing your name and seeing like Ruby next to your name, or Diamond next to your name, or maybe it's a paycheck and you opened up that paycheck and you see that dollar amount, or you maybe like you want to quit your job and you're like, this is you like putting your 2 weeks notice in, or this is you walking out of work for the last time, right? Or whatever it is. Visualize what it's going to look like that very second that this goal becomes a reality. Okay? The very second. What it looks like. What's around you? Who is by you? Is it your kids? Is it your husband? Are you by yourself because you're driving on your way somewhere? Or you're walking out of somewhere? Who's by you? Okay? Then I want you to picture how you are, and I want you to start feeling, how are you going to feel? Like, are you going to be like, oh my God, like overwhelmed with excitement? Is your heart beating really, really fast? Like, do you have a permagrin because you're like, what in the hell is even happening? I didn't even realize, oh my God, you're so excited, right? Like, maybe you're like, palms are sweaty. Maybe you're like, just like, oh my God, maybe you're crying, right? Because you're like, I cannot believe I did it. I did it. I did it. It feels so amazing. Maybe it was like a weight literally lifted off of your chest. Imagine how you're going to feel. Maybe if it was something that was weighing you down with stress, anxiety, it was something it was hard for you to sleep at night because of this thing that was happening. And now, because of what happened, because of your goal that you achieved, that bad crap no longer exists anymore. How that is going to make you feel. Okay, you guys can open your eyes, and literally, that is something you have to think about every single day. You want to talk about positioning yourself into a place where you are making the things happen. Okay, you cannot write these goals down and hold the piece of paper up, set it and let it get lost. It's not a set it and forget it. Okay, what did Courtney just say? If you guys were on Zoom on Sunday, she was like, it's not set it and forget it. It's set it and go get it. That's what it is. It's set it and go get it. Like, you have to go get it. And you have to remember how it's going to make you feel. You have to attach those emotions to it. You have to understand why you are doing this, and it's got to be so strong that it doesn't matter the how or what comes into play that tries to trip you up. Nothing is able to take you down. Okay, nothing is able to take you. Might fall, you might trip, you might get lost on a detour, somebody or something might have sent you the wrong direction, but you still got to get from point A to point B. You still have to get there, right? And so it's just going to feel so amazing by the time you do get there, right? And so visualizing is so important. If you look up any successful person, if you Google any successful tip, anything, you will literally know that they all will say, like, I visualized it. Jim Carrey wrote himself, what was it, like a $10 million or something like that check, $10 million check. He wrote himself and kept it in his wallet. And then his next like movie that he did, it was his first big movie, and it paid him $10 million or whatever it was. I think it was Liar Liar or something. Like, and he wrote himself that check. Write yourself a damn check. Put it in your wallet. Pay to the order of you and put your name and tell you what you want on it. You know what I mean? Write it down. It's Angelica says seriously works. I've heard other do this as well. Exactly. Like, you know, it's just so important, and it's so powerful what you are able to do. So, and then giving yourself, you know, and another thing, you guys, is when you guys are setting these goals, you can even attach a reward to them. Okay. And you can break this down like weekly. Okay. This might sound super silly. So if you are brand new in the business, you might be like, I'm just learning all the things to do with the business. So I don't even know like what little things to do or how to reward myself or what would be a reward and all of this stuff. But listen, so like if you do the things every day, all week, right? You do the things that you gave it your best all week, every single day of the week. Give yourself some sort of reward. Come up with a reward for yourself. Maybe if you do have kids and they are part of your why, get them involved in saying like, listen, if I do this every single day this week and I get it all done, this is what we're going to do. Help hold me accountable, right? And believe me, y'all, kids like to be bossy. So they like to be like, Mom, did you do blah, blah, blah? Dad, did you do blah, blah, blah? You know, and because we want to do this. And reward, set yourself up with a reward. It literally can be the simplest thing: a movie night, or ice cream on Friday we'll all have if I get all of my stuff done all week or whatever. Or maybe it's something that is just something that's particularly important to you, pertaining to you personally or something like that for a goal. But like giving yourself little rewards along the way, you guys, there's nothing wrong with that, because you know life's hard, and that's pretty much how it goes. And another thing, you guys, especially I'm talking to my veterans being in this business for a while now. If you've been in this business 6+ months, I'm especially talking to you right now, and I want you to know, and actually I'm especially talking to the new distributors who are trying to learn all the things, right, and work this business out and get it off the ground and get it rolling, figure out what you're doing, how to do it, and do all of the stuff. But listen, we have a ton of we have like things to do for this business, right? Like, here's what we do to build our business every single day. We post, we message, we follow up, we grow our network, we interact, we do personal development, right? And we do these many things. Okay. We have all sorts of checklists available to you. Corporate has the KPI tracker, all these lists that you could possibly make. And if you're a list person like I am, you do need them. But what I do want to remind you guys is that all you can do is all you can do. Okay. And all you can do is enough, period. It will always be enough. So instead of trying to measure up to some checklist every day, and if you fail that checklist, then you failed the day, instead of that, I know that I'm going to do my best today. I'm going to give my best today. I'm going to do all the things that I can all the time, always. I'm going to show up as my best all the time, always. And your best today might be different than tomorrow's best. Okay. Your best today might only be 50%. Your best tomorrow might be 150%. So it makes up for the 50% that you think that you didn't give yesterday. Okay. So knowing that you're just showing up as the best you at whenever possible, right? Which is all the time, always. You just show up as the best, give your best every time, and you will reach your goals, you guys. You show up as your best, you do your best, and you don't give up. You are going to get there. You are going to make every single damn thing happen. And one thing that I had kind of like an aha moment, a couple weeks ago, I think last week or the week before, I can't even remember. One of the leaders in our business was talking about this on a Zoom, and I was like, whoa, whoa. She was talking about like it had to do with imposter syndrome, like I told you guys about, and it was, listen, if you have ever went at a goal and you're like, oh my gosh, why bother trying so hard? Or I'm not going to push as hard as I can because I know even if I push as hard as I can, I know it's not going to be enough. Or I'm afraid if it's not going to be enough, or I know that I'm going to back down, or I know that I'm going to quit because I know that I always do this. I always did this before. But what if that isn't you though? What if the real you is the one that does show up and you're like doing some sort of self-sabotage on her or him, and you're not doing the things because you're afraid of what you did in the past? But listen, what you did in the past, that isn't even you. The real you is the person that does show up and give her best all the time, always, and does make the finish lines and does cross the things off and does show up and does make it happen. But you're just thinking that the old BS is you, and so you kind of like end up like falling off and self-sabotaging yourself, showing up and just getting it done, right? So think about that for a second. Is that you? It was me. It was me. I've done that several times to where I thought I was like, oh, like I would get to a certain point and then I would be like, but I know I always. So I like backed down. I like got to the point and then I like made myself do it. Like that doesn't make sense. No, stay with the momentum, stay with the best version of yourself, stay with the one that shows up all the time, always in the best version as they can that day, in that moment, in that time, right? It goes for an example of like, oh, I can't get on the Zoom because it's already 15 minutes in the Zoom. So what? Your best today was 15 minutes late to the Zoom. That's fine. That's your best. You caught 45 minutes of the Zoom, right? Your best was getting all of the kids fed today and everyone like, we're all alive today. Like you didn't even brush your teeth or get dressed, but you know what? That was your best today, right? Maybe the next day is like you're showered, you have like meals planned out, you like showed up to all the Zooms, you even did a little training, you went live, went out of your comfort zone over here, and you Pinterest this and Pinterest that, and that was your best today. Who knows? Your best is going to be different every single day. But if you just rest in the fact that you can just show up in the best you in the moment that you can, and nobody, trust me, nobody's here is going to judge you if you show up on Zoom with your hair in a bun, with no makeup on, with yesterday's pajamas on. Okay? Nobody cares. Because I've definitely done it. If any of you guys see any of my lives in the team page, I'm usually looking a hot friggin' mess. And I'm looking like I'm always looking crazy. So it does not matter. I feel like I've been talking for like an hour nonstop, which I have. So does anybody have any questions? First of all, does anybody have anything that they want help in as far as their goals? Don't hop off because I'm gonna have somebody I'll do a couple things real quick, but I do want to see if anybody does have any questions on what I just said. And then yes, The Secret on Netflix, you guys, that is so good. So good. I think it's on YouTube too. I'm not really sure. But and the Prayer of Jabez, y'all. That is also free on YouTube if you listen to that. That one's a good one. And it's basically talking about just praying that, for abundant blessings. Like I said, it's okay to ask for more, right? It's okay to ask for more because the more that you have, the more good that you can do. And then to expand your territory. So literally, you guys, ask for it, believe it, pray over your business, pray for those things. Seriously, like be like, can you help bring me some like 3 really excited distributors to my team? Like, can you just like bring them to me? Or thank you for bringing me like these 3 excited distributors, and I can help them start their business and change their lives. That might sound so silly, simple, and stupid, but it's not. It's a real thing. When I start being very point blank and asking for what I want and believing that it's going to come to me, guess what comes to me? Those things. So, and also what I want you guys, Prayer of Jabez on YouTube. Yes. Thank you, Crystal. And okay. So Crystal, can you stop your recording? Why doesn't it show? Oh, there it is. So I'm done with that. So we're going to stop the recording real quick. And y'all, I want you guys, how many people are on here? Some of you new, if you're brand new, you're like, oh, she's going to say this. Like, what is even happening right now? I want to hear from a couple of you guys on what some goals are that you have for this year. That's what I want to know. So is anybody comfortable to be like, all right, let's go. Like I will share some of my goals with you guys to let you guys know that like this is like we all of us here on this Zoom, all of us in our team page, like, hi, hello, welcome